Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and today's disturbing thought. Hmm, all right. You're like Tony Stark. You're kicking back on a family vacation. You got your wife, you got your kids. You are like an inventive genius. You basically are everything shy of Iron Man, but you're living the life. You're settled in. You're not a playboy anymore. You're a family man, businessman, and this is a long overdue vacation. You go someplace remote, and you come across some monsters who don't recognize who you are, and they tear your family apart, eat them in front of you, rip off your legs, eat them in front of you, and then leave you for dead because they just happen to be full. And they even joke about it as they walk away, leave you to die. They don't realize you hit your panic button. Your panic button basically is if anything happens, that panic button goes off, your corporate security guys just swoop in, or they pay somebody to swoop in, and before you bleed out, choppers coming down with medics, whole shebang. They secure you, they get you to the hospital, they ask you what happened. You lie. Oh, it was I animal. I heard like a growl. Next thing I know, I went down. I didn't see a thing. No one believes you, but it gets labeled as an animal attack. You got hit by a couple of bears, something like that, right? And while you're in the hospital, this well-dressed lawyer guy comes in and goes, "Smart. Normally I have to do the cover-ups, but you're smarter than you look, sir. Actually, I'm sorry. You're as smart as advertised, sir. So normally I'd offer you money, but that's not necessary. So what I'm going to offer you is peace of mind. Stick to your story, get on with your life, and stay out of our pond, and we'll stay out of yours. Monsters, because the canned speech of monsters rule this world. We are on the top of the food chain. We're the apex. You're the food. And if you don't want to be food again, just forget this whole thing ever happened to the best of your abilities." And dude leaves the room, and you basically watch him leave and go, he's on the list. And you approach this as a genius. You know nothing about magic. You don't even believe in magic until that guy left the room. You're like, there's so many different possibilities. Like, was it an alien thing? Genetics? I don't know. Da da da. This is not a world where superheroes walk there. It's like the regular world as far as you knew. It's like, okay, I'm attacking this like a problem. If this guy has to do mop up and clean up, then there must be people who did not take the offer. There must be people who hunt. So you spend your money. You wait a while. You heal up, you get back into your life. You wait about a year. Then you send discreetly uh, detectives to look. Maybe you just type up an algorithm to look for if there were hunters, where would they be? And your algorithm tracks down and spots cases where, okay, weird killings or people who are arrested for this or that. And you find a hunter who's down on his or her luck, and you make that person talk. Meanwhile, during this whole year, you design some prosthetic legs, 2 sets. One set for the public, you actually can walk. You actually have a decent set of legs, slight limp, not as fast as you used to be, but you're able to walk around. You're on the cover of magazines, sort of thing. 1 year after the event, your face is clawed. Then you have a different set of legs. Think Doc Ock. You put them like on your waistline like a belt. 4 legs, flexible yet armored. You can move. You can climb up walls. The whole shebang. And you can't find anything on the occult yet. But what you do find are hunters, and they have knowledge. They have pulls of things they've come across, kept, how to kill things, what things are. But what you're more interested in is, okay, like how they do it is kind of like supernatural. Like, okay, they come in, they drive around in cars full of junk or vans full of junk. They're like driving arsenals. And you're like, there's got to be a better way to do it, more efficient way to do it. And you look through, you basically say, okay, look, I will pay you $100,000, or I'll get you out of jail if you give me access to your website. We don't have websites. I mean, I'm just a hill. You have a website. This is the 21st century. You have a website. Give me access for an hour. Just turn your back or look over my shoulder while I take what I take. And dadgummit, you basically find hunters across the world in different nations, and they're not linked together. First thing you do is you link them, and that opens doors. Second thing you do is you raid their websites. You actually enhance the encryptions, firewalls, and that alone, you probably save lives. You've made things more, more efficient, streamlined. You even found some of their moles and traders. Okay, cool. But then you find some interesting enchantments and stuff, right? So I was originally thinking, okay, the genius becomes a hunter, but you know what the genius does the whole time while he's doing all of this? He sets them up, then he fades out, and no one really sees him again. He's like a humanitarian recluse. He comes out, does a cause here, a cause there, gets his special awards once a year. But he's like Daniel Day-Lewis. He comes out, makes a movie, gets his award, leaves. Comes out, does his project, gets his award, leaves. What he's doing the whole time is he's building a prototype. He's like, if I can't hunt, so I'm going to build something that can hunt. Something that can hunt better than human. Something that can hunt monsters. So where Tony Stark would build his Iron Man suit, this dude just builds the missus. Cute, looks like a perfect victim, can pass for human, can smell like human, even secrete pheromones. He basically builds his version of Data, right? Only the android can feel. This android is so good that the thing thinks it's human, and he basically every so often these hunters drop a super genius or an occult genius or a time traveler gets caught in the past and they get the sucker's notes. He actually has he's standing on the shoulders of giants here, and he's literally creating synthetics, and he creates like a small number of them. And the funny thing is, he basically loads them up with all his knowledge and simply says, okay, if anything happens to me, anything at all, my legacy is you guys go forth and you kill every monster on the planet. And dadgummit, sooner or later his secret gets out. That lawyer, he's still out there, he's like, I warned him. All right, guys. He calls in a hit team, and on the 10th anniversary of his family's death, he gets a bullet through the head. I mean, he gets a bullet through the heart. And they're like, why is he smiling? He's smiling because the panic button this time is in his heart. He's smiling as he's dying. He's like, it's like that scene in L.A. Confidential when Kevin Spacey's guy gets shot. And the dude's like, do you have a benediction? He's like, Rolo Tomasi. Because he knows what's going to happen. He just flicked a domino, and he knows that revenge, unholy God revenge, is about to happen. And he's not disappointed. Like the second his heart stops, they wake up, they get up, they give each other nods, and they go to the four corners of the world. And that lawyer is the first to die. That's how I do it. Oh, I am a strange, strange cat when I wake up and have these disturbing thoughts. Okay, well, that's the disturbing thought of the day. I am Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out talesunlimited.net. It's a website where there are other podcasts like this one. Also, that's where the books are. Battery series is for prompts. I Villain is about, think of supervillain fiction novels about an unlikely business created by a supervillain who's forced to fight crime. And they think he'd be dead in a week. Instead, he starts a crime-fighting business, the way a villain would, for profit. And then there are the short stories, anthologies. Unheroics about unlikely heroes saving the day. Book of Schemes is about schemes, but they both have a Twilight Zone vibe to them. And that's that. Until next time, take care.